is going on, guys? Tempo Trades. I'm going to show you how I made a ton of money yesterday and requested a payout from Topstep today. Here you go. This is my payout request from Topstep, and this was pretty much one of the biggest trades that I took for the payout. So this video is also going to have some psychology in it, and right away I want to go into mindset. I don't know if it's just my community or maybe it's just the trading community in general, but there is a weird conception that, you know, you're supposed to win every trade. And no matter how much I win, you know, I could win 10 days in a row, 20 days in a row. And as soon as I take a loss, even if it's a good loss, I'll look over to my chat and I'll see, oh, I blew my account. Oh, I'm so red. And it's like people do not manage their risk properly. And that puts them in a horrible position to try to, you know, climb back and bounce back. And this is a perfect example. Okay, I'm going to show you in this example. I took a trade. It was a loss. The next trade I took was an insane banger, right? But if I over leveraged after the first trade and blew my account, or if I started crying and sulking after the first trade and got off the charts and took my emotions out of it, I would not have had the opportunity to even take the second trade. Okay, so let's go over this exactly. Okay, so we have the data high here. This trade was taken yesterday. So this data high was created at 8:30 based on PPI, and we're expecting this drawn liquidity to get tapped at some point. Okay, for me, data highs and data lows are major areas of liquidity. So once they sweep, you can go up, and then you're looking for that reversal. Okay, so if we just look here, I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. So boom, there's the data high hit, right? So on the left, you could see NQ swept the data high, but ES has not swept the data high, okay? Forming a bearish SMT because there's some divergence there. So what do? Well, if we get good reactions and good momentum, it can be valid to take it, even with only one of them sweeping. So that's what I did. I looked at the 30-second. I said, hey, we just swept major liquidity based on my checklist. If you're new and you're not familiar with me, I'll show you my checklist. Here's my checklist. So based on my checklist, this is a good trade. I'm going to take this short, right? So I decided to take this short off the sweep, just trying to short back down to the middle of that range. And this was an instant stop out. I think I got stopped out in like one candle. Yeah, like 2-3 candles. So there was the stop out, right? I entered short there and I got stopped out. Now, again, a very inexperienced trader would have saw this. They would have been like, wow, my day's done. I'm red. Boo-hoo. Blamed everybody and got off. But no, I understand my edge. I understand if I just keep taking high quality setups, I will win more than I will lose over a given period of time. I don't care about what happens in the day-to-day. Variance can make anything happen in the day-to-day. I care about the weeks, the months, the higher, bigger picture, right? So I don't care. That was a great trade for my model. That's fine. I managed my risks. I lost about $200 to $300. Whatever. On to the next trade. Now, if I'm looking at this analysis, right, I say to myself, okay, if price doesn't want to reverse just yet, what could be the reason? Well, like I just told you, ES still has the data highs untapped, right? So if you look at the right side of your screen, these data highs. So I told my chat, look, we can re-look for shorts once ES sweeps those highs. Now we have both of them that sweeps the highs, right? And then we can look for the shorts, okay? So what did I do? I just waited for ES to sweep right there, and now we're going to re-look for shorts. And again, if you think this is hindsight, I live stream every single day in front of hundreds of people. If you're interested, you can click the link. I called this out before it even happened. Okay, you can see here, I said shorts are valid in this area. ES still has the data high. I think it's a higher quality setup if that sweeps. And then I said looking for the short. So very, very clear. I was looking for shorts. And again, maybe an amateur trader or beginner trader, you would be scared to short looking at this bullish trend after taking a loss, but not me, because I'm an experienced trader. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars in this market. I know that my edge is solid as can be, and I just need to wait for another trade. And here was the setup. Okay, we get a 2-minute inverted fair value gap right there off of the sweep from ES. You could take it on ES, you could take it on NQ. They're supposed to follow each other, so it doesn't matter, right? You get this 2 minute right here, and look how well this trade works. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? There is 120 points. The same trade idea, just after one loss, we made back all of our money from the first loss, and we made more. Because the first loss was about 15, 20 points. The win was 120 points. You can do the math on that. 7.5 risk to reward. And yeah, and again, if I pull up my alerts, I said 20 points, take trims. 40 points, take trims. Now I'm sitting in runners, 60 points. Full TP, 100 points. So again, that is how I made a shit ton of money yesterday. And then I requested a payout from Topstep this morning because I'm an experienced trader. And again, a lot of trading just comes down to psychology. People take 1 or 2 losses, they start doubting themselves, they start doubting the strategy, they start putting their human emotions into things, and that is where you make it worse. Okay, so rule of thumb, you know, you can have a rule for yourself. Do you want to stop trading after 2 losses, 3 losses? For me, it's 2 to 3. After 2 to 3, I kind of assess myself and say, okay, am I emotional? Do I just think price action is not favorable? And I make that decision whether to shut it down after 2 or 3 losses. 1 loss, I'm still taking another trade. Anything can happen after 1 trade. You can get lucky, unlucky. So I'm not in the camp of stopping after 1 loss. I just think that's way too conservative in my opinion. But have some rules. It's not the end of the world after 1 loss. I've went on a 48-day win streak with my Discord, and there's been so many days in that streak. My first trade was a loss, and guess what? I bounced right back. Right? So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy. Peace.